Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I should see what's going on on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we'll be relaxing a little bit as per usual. Playing a bit of Animal Crossing. Hey ho, here we go. A little too high, a little too low. Sorry, I don't know what I'm even talking about. I will say that I've had the new epic musical songs like stuck in my head. Listen to the soundtrack again for most of today. And what song has really been stuck in my head? It's absolutely Suffering now, but this is like when you wouldn't you like a taste of the power. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 10:52 p.m. on Thursday, August 8th, 2024. But yeah, it's fascinating how I'm learning about the story. Wait, is it Odyssey? Is what epic musicals based off of? I remember, I can't remember who I was having this conversation with. Probably one of my friends, presumably. But I was like, I keep getting like what Homer's Odyssey and something else confused all the time. And is Homer's Odyssey the one I'm thinking of? I don't remember. Like there's a book which the Iliad, okay, which is also by Homer. I don't know which one's which, I'm gonna be honest. Hold on. Epic the musical? What's it based off? Loose style adaptation of Homer's Odyssey. Okay, Homer's Odyssey, sorry. It's amusing how much I suppose I'm learning about the story of Homer's Odyssey. I don't know if I brought it up. Oh! Are you actually just like stargazing? I didn't know you could do that, Raymond. I'll stargaze with you. Actually, no, hold on, wait. Let's get our Nook Mile points and then we'll stargaze with you. But the whole thing with Odysseus, stabbing with Cyclops in the eye and saying his name was Nobody was a story I heard when I was much, much younger, like in primary school or something. And I thought I had a fever dream about it, where when I was younger, I would randomly think about this story and like the story of like a Cyclops being stabbed in the eye. And I was like, I have no recollection. Well, actually, in my memory, it was like a giant being stabbed in the eye. And I have no recollection of what it was or something. You apparently changed outfit, Raymond. And in my mind, it was like, this must have been something from like the Canterbury Tales or something, which I'd never even realised was much of a thing, or something I've never read. But no, turns out it's just from Homer's Odyssey, so. Anyway, so the song of choice, I think, for me, in this saga is very much Suffering. I will take your suffering from you. But it's not even that part, which is that part is very catchy, that entire sort of like chorus section. You're like, Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy. Something like that. But it's the beginning part of that song, which sounds so like ethereal, which I can't even like put my finger on like how it's done. It sounds like artificially ethereal, which is like really weird. It's just like, go listen to it, like Suffering epic musical, and it starts off like a like I can't even. It's really annoying because it's my favorite part of the entire song, but it's not human singable. It kind of is, but not with the sort of effect which it deserves. Because if you don't know what it's about, if you don't want to look it up, fair enough. It's basically a siren song. It's the sirens calling out to Odysseus to try and, lure him in, or whatever. We have a lot of mythological water creatures about luring people in to, like, drown them, And by a lot, I mean, like, I can think of two. One, obviously, being sirens, which, to be fair, traditionally, sirens are not meant to be, like, these mermaid-esque creatures. They're meant to be, like harpies, right? They're like winged bird women or something. Anyway, and the other one I was thinking of was like kelpies do that, right? Like they're like undead horses with seaweed hair or something which drag you underneath the water. I think there's another one as well, but I'm not sure. Like I'm feeling Kappas might do this as well or something like that, but I can't really remember. I don't know. What's our obsession with water and people drowning? I mean, to be fair, it's probably like folklore, like maybe someone accidentally drowned or something and then folklore started about how it happened. But I guess that's kind of how, false information comes to be, and if false information stays in the public consciousness for long enough, it just becomes a legend, a myth, or folklore. Anyway, sirens. Yeah, it's always a thing which is very interesting, because I think most people fairly have a sort of impression of what is the mythological creature of a siren is basically like an evil mermaid, right? A mermaid who's like perches on the rocks and sings a song, and then like sailors out at sea get lured by it and then crash upon the rocks, becoming the sirens like meals or something. I'm not actually sure if the sirens eat them, but still. Back to TLDR. But sirens, like, traditionally, as I understand it, are these bird creatures, like harpies, essentially. Like, I don't really know what the difference is between, like, an original siren and a harpy. But, like, weren't they meant to be, like, winged women or something? Siren. Do siren and siren in mythology both have the same origin? Sorry, like, siren mythology and siren, like, the police siren? Human-like beings of alluring voices, they appear in the scene of Odyssey. Oh! Do they actually originate from the Odyssey? I actually had no idea. Dangerous temptation, iconography. Early siren mermaids. Some surviving classical periods depicted sirens as mermaid-like. Oh, okay. So it's like a separate thing where they're depicted as mermaids. I guess I could just both be sirens, to be perfectly honest. Had a form of sparrows from their chest up and below they were women. What? What does that even look like? Bird siren. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a fair, like, drawing of it. It's literally like like a sparrow from waist up and then just human legs. I guess that makes sense. What on earth is this? Interesting. Is this an actual thing? I don't know. ArtStation. I'm just like scrolling through the siren birds now. Anyway, but the long and short of it is like there's like two different interpretations of what a siren is. I'll be honest, like, all things considered, the mermaid siren feels like it fits a little bit better, doesn't it? Because, okay, it fits a bit better maybe because of like modern influence of my perception of what a siren is. But my perception of the siren is something at sea to lure people into the rocks, right? And it just sort of fits a little bit better, like this mermaid-esque creature, you know, on the rocks, perching up, singing a song. You know, it kind of feels a bit weird, I suppose, if anything. There's like a bird creature coming down to, you know, sort of like flies down to sailors in the middle of the ocean to sing a song. Not that, like, if anything, I guess it does kind of make sense. Like, what else? What creature could, like, reach a boat in the middle of a lake? And it's either a swimming creature or a flying creature, right? But I don't know. I guess it just feels more aesthetically fitting somehow to have, like, a water-based creature and a water, in a water-based, like, environment, right? Maybe we should start using the bird sirens for, like, airplane pilots. But the thing is that airplane pilots don't have, like, open communication with the air. Like, if they're flying pretty high up, the atmosphere's, they've got to have, like, a pressurized cabin or something, right? But maybe it could just be, like, in mountaintops. You know, let's do that. Like, why isn't that, like, the thing nowadays? We have the mermaid sirens on the water, and then we have the sparrow sirens, I suppose, on, like, cliff sides or something, like in high up places to lure people to their doom and demise. I know that's kind of like rewriting mythology in the past, which is kind of something you only really do if it's in public domain, but it just it's not really something you can intrinsically change. It just feels like, I don't know, doesn't that world building, sorry, that's a word. Doesn't that word building just feel a little bit better? No? I don't know. Finally true of sirens, what? Penelope. It's so in my head right now. But anyway, sorry. Well, apparently the original Odyssey, the sirens were the sparrow sirens, the avian variety. But what time is it? It's 11. Okay. I was wondering if we should go to Harvey's Island to deposit stuff, but it's now 11, so Tortimer's not even going to be there. But the original Odyssey had them as the avian type of sirens, but then in this epic musical, they're more described as being the mermaid type, the fish type. I guess maybe for more thematic theming, being open on the sea, and because of this like theme of water, which is, I guess, kind of used to represent sort of like danger ? Throughout the musical. It kind of like ties in with the theming already. And you might be like, how do you know if it's like literally a song? Like, you don't know necessarily how they're depicted. Well, he does say, cut off their tails, let them drown. Which you might be like, that could apply to birds as well. And I'm like, okay, but true. It just, I don't know. To me, it sounds more like a mermaid siren. And that seems to be what most people interpret it as in the animatics. I can't get over how, like Like, I think I'm hyping it up too much, because you'll probably listen to it and be like, yeah, it's like nice, but it's not like that good. But just like how it's sort of like that just opening sort of sequence has wormed its way into my brain, which is exactly the point, you know, of the Siren's core, right? It's meant to sort of worm your way into the brain and sort of like lure you out into the ocean, and that's it. Are Kelpies the same thing? Are Kelpies just horse sirens? Scottish folklore, by the way, if you don't know. Oh, shapeshifters. What? I straight up thought they were just horses. Just like seaweed horses. So what do they do? A bunyip. It's an Australian one. Oh, counterparts across the world. The Nixie. Oh, this is probably why I think there's so many. You know, the Nixie. Bunyip. Loch Ness. Shapeshifting. I didn't realise I could shapeshift. Without any tack. What? Horse tack? What is horse tack? Equipment, accessories on horses that include like saddles and stirrups. Okay. Used to carry stones to build his castle. What's going on? Just as with cinematic werewolves. With Silver Bullet. I didn't realise there was such an extensive thing about Kelpies, to be honest. There's also a water horse, which is also a separate mythological creature. Oh, hippocampus. Oh, hippocampa. Okay, I'm getting confused. Why do we have so many water-based mythologies? I guess because the water's very unknown, right? It's a lot easier to make up mythology about the deep water, because it's like, how do you verify it? You know, who's ever seen it? Don't know. Anyway, hold on. Siren technology. No, hold on. Siren alarm. I want to know if it's known, if it was created because of a mythological creature, the siren. If anything, it feels like it's not the right mythological creature to name it after, right? Sirens obviously make noise, a mythological creature. They sing songs, but sirens, the technology, really, I guess you can sort of see it's like, kind of like as a song thing. It's more like an alert or alarm, right? I guess sirens are meant to be kind of like dangerous, right? I don't know. I was against it at first, but now I'm sort of coming around to it, being like, hey, sirens kind of like make sense actually as a name. I was like, it makes no sense, because it's like, but I don't listen to a siren and be like, oh, that's a haunting melody or something that's beautiful. Like you're meant to theoretically with a mythological siren. Delator's siren could produce sound underwater. A link with the sirens of Greek mythology. Hence he gave a name to the instrument. I never really considered it. Yeah, I guess a siren is an instrument. It's actually something I've never really thought of before. I don't know if people really play the siren. It's kind of more of a one-note thing, but still. Anyway, sirens are definitely one of the cooler mythological creatures, you know. Especially when you get to the much more monstrous. People like stray for mermaids. You know, mermaids, fine. They very much feel like a fairy tale sort of creature, but sirens, much more interesting, especially if you go with a monstrous siren. I guess mythological monsters just kind of cool. Now I think about it. I don't know. I guess there's just like a lot of storytelling in there. Something which like lures you in with like something which you like, right? It doesn't have to be like shape of woman. I don't see why it has to be a female siren, you know. But it like lures you in with a haunting melody. There's already like so much world building contained within that concept in the first place, and then I guess it kills you, which a lot of mythological creatures end up doing, to be honest. Why are there so many like evil mythological creatures? Just seems like, why do we need that many? If we're going to make up some mythology, we should make up some happy mythologies as well, to be honest. It feels like every mythological creature out there is out to get you, right? I completely forgot about this. Sorry, I was just scrolling through images of sirens now, because that's what I was on. I forgot those My Little Pony sirens. And they're like seahorses. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they have some of the best songs in the entire series. Like welcome to the show. Are you on a more? No, Is that how the song goes? I don't know. It's actually been quite a while, so I can't really remember it. Let's have a battle. I wanna win it. Let's have a battle. Battle of the bands. Something like that. But maybe this is why I like sirens as mythological creatures so much, because by including them as a mythological creature, you sort of innately have to include like the concept of song around them, and it very much encourages you to make very engaging, very like lovely, aesthetically pleasing sounding songs, right? Like that's kind of a whole point. You know, My Little Pony included sirens as characters, fantastic as villains. Well, what are they going to do? My Little Pony has songs about it. They've got to make some absolutely banging songs. Otherwise, that's not a siren, right? Sirens are meant to be great singers. They're meant to have songs which lure you in. And there's no better sort of meta commentary on that than making a song so good that the audience is like, yes, this song is amazing. And thus falling into the siren's trap as well. It's like, well, I'm not sure if it's quite poetic in a way. There's a very sort of base level of poetry, if anything, but it's fantastic. Anyway, long and short. Sirens, cool mythological creatures. Actually, most mythological creatures, I'm going to say it, pretty cool, to be honest. Glad that most of them don't exist, really. Like, as I say, a lot of them tend to be quite evilly aligned. And it'd be nice to not have to, you know, go out to sea and be like, oh, I'm worried that someone will take advantage of something that I like and then, you know, dash me upon the rocks or something. Again, I'm not a sailor, so I guess maybe that's not really the most valid fear to be worrying about. If anything, I should be much more worried about mythological creatures which would have more of a direct impact on me. Anyway, sorry. Long and short is that the song Suffering from Epic the Musical is currently the flavour of a month song for me right now. It's so stuck in my head. I would take the suffering from you. I can't do it. I wish I could sing it. It's just so pretty. The intro. Anyway, I'm going to round this episode off here, because I need to go record some Talos Principles. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.